Do you know that there's a unique design to your life? We all have a unique purpose, yet more than purpose, it's about the design of our lives. When we perfect our life design, then we find our way back to the full expression of who we're born to be. The full, passionate, joyful, purposeful, fun person that was inserted into us from the day we were born. In today's world, it goes so fast that we often forget to just stop and connect to the moment. And what is so great is that when we do that, what happens is the unseen opens up to us and guides us towards our life design. Life is like a puzzle. We get all these puzzle pieces as we are growing up, but no one showed us the box top with a finished puzzle, so we have to figure out how to put the pieces together. Your mission in this lifetime is to discover, or rather to rediscover, that perfect design and to get yourself aligned with it. And when you do, you'll know. And how? Because life becomes fun and things flow and our day-to-day challenges seem like only temporary setbacks. And when we realign ourselves with our life design, suddenly we feel that our life has real meaning. Now, isn't that something we all want? Of course, huh? It's a no-brainer. One useful metaphor to help us understand this is to imagine that life is like a river. We find ourselves carried along with emotion, but however, when we're not aligned, then we end up getting beaten up against the side of the riverbanks. And when we succeed in aligning ourselves, then we get to the center of the river and we flow with ease, and that's when it feels so good. Rituals help us to get to the middle of the river so that you begin to flow with the river, so much so that you find yourself looking forward to the next bend. So what do I mean when I talk about rituals? Well, the word ritual need not be a religious practice. It's not a superstition, and neither is it a habit. All these things that we develop unconsciously in our lives. But when we talk about ritual, we're talking about conscious, intentional acts or practices. What is the hidden secret of an everyday ritual? They can help you manage and balance your time and your energy and your thinking. They allow you to acknowledge and connect with the unseen forces of life that are often more significant than the ones we can see. They help us to create a conscious intention to be the best that we can. And it helps us for a short time in our day to separate ourselves from normal consciousness so that we can free ourselves to rise up into a hyper state of awareness. This is the spectrum of advanced and enhanced peace. What each of our everyday rituals have in common is that in order to have effect, each ritual must have personal meaning for the individual. Rituals are conscious, intentional practices that you choose to make habitual because they improve your life. And did you know that the most successful people in the world use everyday rituals? It's true. Rituals are the unspoken secret of all successful people. And these are people in every area of life. Sports stars, musicians, politicians, celebrities, business leaders, they all use them. Why? Well, because these everyday rituals allow them to perform at their best, to be more focused and mentally clear. It keeps them calm, even under intense pressure. Let me give you a few examples. Benjamin Franklin, he had an everyday ritual of asking himself, and he'd ask in the morning, what good am I going to do today? And then at the end of the day, what good did I do today? Warren Buffett has a ritual of playing 12 hours of bridge every week. Simon Cowell has a daily ritual of climbing a tree. Colin Farrell, oh, this one's strange, wears the same boxer trunks when he starts a movie. And the soccer player Leighton Barnes, who plays for a British soccer team, as he walks onto the field, he unties his soccer shoes, and then he reties them. Number 1 New York Times bestselling author of Chicken Soup for the Soul and the Success Principles, Jack Canfield has many rituals that support his passions and his dreams and enables him to live his passions to the highest. And this can be the simple act of saying a prayer before he gives a presentation, or walking his dog each day when he gets home, or taking a glass of wine with his wife after work. Serena Williams bounces a tennis ball 5 times before she serves. And then Marcia Wieder, America's dream coach, believes totally in the power of solid and powerful ritual. Ritual for her is about people, singing, coming together, and just sharing sacred space. Okay, here's the question. Are you ready to access your own personal and powerful ritual? Then what I want you to do is I want you to go to your lesson book, and you will see instructions that will help you create your own meaningful ritual. And make sure the ritual you choose is one that has the following benefits. It'll help you stay focused. It'll create a break between the rest of your life and important activities in your life. And it will remind you that you have much to be grateful for. And then, once you have defined your own personal ritual, we encourage you to use it every time you're about to begin an important activity in your life. So now let me share with you some more facts about ancient rituals from the many varied cultures around the world that are ceremonial. And I want you to listen carefully to the 7 elements that are common to them all and see if it helps you to feel into what your own personal ritual might look and feel like. Intention. This means clearly stating what you are choosing to create. So when you are performing this ritual, ask yourself, what is my intention for this day? Preparation and purification. This means preparing the space around you. And this can be as simple as clearing the space where you're about to perform your ritual, or cleaning up any area that needs more order. The use of symbols, something that has a special meaning around it. And it could be a picture of a teacher or a family member. Or if you have a religious background, it could be a deity. Something that reflects that higher value. Activating all the senses. For instance, Native Americans use sage, or costumes, or music and feasting. You could use incense or a candle, flowers. That's what I use. What can you touch? You might, when you meditate, wear a shawl. And you'll always get that shawl every time you sit down. Some traditions have robes like Catholic and Jewish priests. And then there's a prescribed performance. Rituals have a sequence to them. When you repeat them, then it becomes automatic. And that way the mind goes deeper. And then there's the power of repetition and invoking the unseen force for good. And this can be as simple as, I'm open to receive what may come. And by the way, our attitude for everything is always, if it's not fun, I'm not playing. What's the point? And we hope you'll find this ritual helps to make both your work and your life more fun. Before I conclude, let me remind you that the scriptures tell us that only 25% of life is visible, and that there is actually 75% of life that is present and real, waiting for us to access. And did you know that love lives in the 75%? And so does compassion and kindness and generosity and beauty. These are the subtle aspects of life that you can't actually point to. Yet when we practice ritual, we are accessing and aligning ourselves with the 75%. I mean, really, how great is that? So are you ready to access ritual? If you are, turn to your lesson and you will see instructions. And when you are ready, take a few minutes and take time on your own and refine these thoughts until you are ready to write something. And remember, taking consistent action is essential to create new, constructive patterns in your life. Your daily rituals is for the purpose of helping to reinforce and remind you of the intention you've set. In your next lesson, we'll guide you through the first step in the passion test process. You're going to get very specific about what your intentions are for your life, and you don't want to miss this lesson because truly it's a groundbreaker and it will change your life if you follow this process. So I can't wait to be with you again and see you there. So good luck with today's amazing lesson. We believe in you and the universe believes in you. Bye, you guys.